guys, welcome to everyone that's joining us from Australia, and welcome this Accutane pill to my body. It's week 20 of my Accutane adventures, and it really seems like everything's going in slow motion. And what I mean by that is I think the first 16 or 17 weeks I was really breaking out hard, and then it got better, right? But now I feel like I've kind of stagnated, you know? Now I'm moving in slow motion because I feel like my face hasn't really progressed from last week, but it's still not any worse. My side effects have all stayed very constant and very minimal, and what I mean by that is that I still have a little bit of joint pain, you know, in my knees when I do like really heavy leg day, a little bit in my back, and it's been like that the whole entire adventure, and I have a little bit of dryness on my face, just a little bit, and other than that, I'm pretty cool. Like, I have no depression, I have no anger, I have none of those other side effects that some people report, no anxiety, anything like that. I'm completely fine. I'm actually really happy and just doing well. I don't know. I'm really stoked about where I am in my adventure because I feel like I have less and less and less to report to you guys every week. And what I mean by that is I feel like, you know, I don't have these huge cysts that I have to like report to you, and I don't have like these crazy things changing. I feel like it's all getting better and better and better, so I just have less to say to you guys, and I have more time to answer your questions. So now I'm gonna go into a very close-up, and I'll start answering some of the viewer questions. So here is your close-up warning. Gary Johnson for Senate asks how I stay so confident through all of this. He says he has mild to moderate acne. He says when he's getting a few zits on his face, it really affects his confidence, especially around the ladies. He asks, how does acne affect my personal life, and if it hasn't, how do I remain so strong? If you've been following along with my adventures this whole time, then you know exactly what I'm gonna say. You have to be happy with yourself, no matter what. Even if you have big old zits on your nose and you look like Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, you have to be happy with yourself, because that same confidence you have in yourself shows to others, and then they'll be confident with you. It's so simple, yet so hard to do. Being on Accutane hasn't affected me at all as far as my personal life goes. People that I know already know that I'm on Accutane, but even when I meet new people, it doesn't affect me at all. I've met people that when I talk to them about my acne, when that subject comes up eventually, they just say, oh, I didn't even realize that you had such acne. I didn't even see your acne. And I strongly believe that they say this because when they talk to me, they aren't interested in my acne. They're interested in the fact that I'm being a really positive, happy, confident person, and they're having a good time. They're getting wrapped up in the fact that they're having a fun time with me instead of me being, you know, nervous and scared, and they're not having a good time. Instead, they're just looking at me and wondering why I have so much acne or whatever, you know? Basically, all I'm trying to say is just live your life and be happy and be confident with yourself, and that will outshine any and every problem that you could ever have physically on you. This next question comes from LG, and he asks, have you ever tried a vegan or organic diet? Now, this is something that is really good for you to do. If you do vegan or you do raw or organic diets, that's super good for you, and your organs are probably healthier than, you know, me or anyone else, whatever. But for myself, being a bodybuilder, being a natural bodybuilder who just wants to pack on as much muscle as possible, is very hard to be a vegan bodybuilder. It requires 3 times as much thought into the whole process of dieting, and I can't do that. I have to eat 5,000 to 6,000 calories every day just to grow a pound a week. So I have to be able to eat whatever I want. It's already hard enough that I'm cutting out dairy because I've been completely off of dairy for about 2 to 3 weeks now, and even that is really hard because it's hard, you know, when you're trying to put in extra calories and you have to restrict yourself. So there's no way I could ever do vegan or organic. But if you're not a bodybuilder, I'm sure that doing that, going gluten-free or vegan or organic or whatever, could really help you out a lot. So you might want to look into that before you try Accutane if you're kind of hesitant about the whole Accutane thing. Roy says, hey bro, I've been getting a lot of acne lately. I've been bulking with a lot of carbs. Do you know what it is? It's really bugging me. Basically, it could be so many things, man. You could just be naturally getting to that age where your body wants to kick up your acne because you're genetically disposed to that, or it could be that you're eating more food and certain foods make certain people break out, you know? So maybe you're eating more foods that are making you break out. You could also be getting to that point in your workout adventure where your muscles are getting bigger, your testosterone is raising because you're getting a little older and you're breaking out. For me, since 15, it's just escalated very slowly and steadily until my face was just full of zits. I attribute that heavily to the fact that I lift 6 days a week, so my body is always aggravated, as well as mixing that with a 5,000 to 6,000 calorie bulk diet mixed with a lot of like cheese and dairy and carbs. That's how initially I feel like my acne broke out. So if you're a bodybuilder and you're trying to do this whole thing, you're lifting all the time, you're eating a lot of food, you start getting acne, it's probably gonna get worse. That's how it was for me. It's just gonna keep getting worse. You're just gonna have to accept it or hop on Accutane or figure out some other way to fix it for yourself. Courtney Slater asks, is Accutane effective for getting rid of blackheads? I have super deep blackheads. I wanna know if it's just as effective for getting rid of those as it is for getting rid of whiteheads. Now, if you've been watching my stuff, then you know I definitely have and have had very deep blackheads. As far as for my treatment, it has gotten rid of a lot of my blackheads. A lot of my blackheads have actually just surfaced, and I don't even push on them. Like, I don't squeeze them, they just come to the surface and they literally come off, which is cool because the pores are all getting smaller. That's the point of Accutane. It's closing up your pores so that they're smaller and they can't get clogged as easily. But also, I do have really deep blackheads. And I think last week I told you guys about my acne surgery or whatever, the acne extraction. So what they do is they're pushing it out with a piece of, you know, a little metal instrument. So you might have to do that. Accutane will help push out most of your blackheads, but the ones that are really deep, you're gonna have to get removed with a little extraction tool. So maybe talk to your dermatologist about doing that before you do Accutane, see if that can help you out with just your blackhead problem. Kevin's referring to last week's video when I was talking about the pros and cons of Accutane when I was weighing it out and seeing whether I should or should not take Accutane. He says when you're weighing it out, you were talking about your career, and I want to know what your career is that you plan to pursue. Now, my career that I plan to pursue is a mixture of modeling, acting, and doing this YouTube thing. With this YouTube thing, I can't right now do any like short films or like really intricate skits and stuff, because the thing that makes scenes really cool that you don't really notice is that a lot of the scenes are like this, you know, where you're right up against the camera, you're taking up half the screen with your face. And if you have really bad acne, no matter how good the scripting and acting is and stuff, people aren't gonna be like, oh wow, that was a really cool short film. They're gonna be like, damn, you have such bad acne, I can see your acne, duh, duh, duh. So right now, I can't do anything that's really creative. You guys haven't even seen my creativity yet, because it will all be indirectly focused on my acne instead of my acting and my work. I also want to do modeling, which I've done before. I want to get back into that, and eventually I'm hoping at one point in my life I can actually do acting, not my own, you know, actually go to Hollywood or wherever and shoot a movie, whether I'm the star in it or whether I'm just putting a couple lines in there, whatever. I would really love to do acting, but you have to have flawless skin to do acting. I know that for sure, so I need to get flawless skin. Nicholas is experiencing a side effect that I've been experiencing. He says, ever since he started Accutane, it really plays a role in his strength and it makes me weaker. Is this always gonna be like that, or will it eventually get better? Now, it sucks that it's like that, man, and I really feel you. It really sucks. If you guys don't know about this, whenever you go and you're hitting the weights and stuff, you seem to fatigue way earlier. You know, if you used to be able to do 12 reps with a weight, now you can only do 6 reps with a weight. But what I have heard from countless people, which is really encouraging for you and me, Nicholas, is that after you're done with Accutane, once your body starts to filter all that vitamin A out of your fat cells, it starts to, your strength starts to come back, your testosterone starts to come back up, your strength and your endurance starts to get back up too, and people have been saying that it feels like you're on steroids after you're done with Accutane because of your natural strength is, you're so used to it not being there anymore, your natural strength is suddenly all there again, and you're just able to push super hard. So you and me have something really cool to look forward to when we're done with our treatment. I think what people are saying is like it takes 2 to 6 weeks after you stop taking your last pill of Accutane for that strength and endurance to come back. And finally, I want to give a shout out to Pinky Sohal. You've been encouraging me every single week. I swear, this girl comments every single video and always tells me that I need to keep pushing and I'm doing well and I'm looking better and that she's there to support me and stuff. And it's so cool. And I just appreciate, you know, the thought that goes into that you actually go and watch every single Monday and actually look at my whole long video, me spewing out words and stuff, and then tell me that you hope it keeps getting better. So thank you very much, and thank you for everyone. I know there's countless of you that post every week, and thank you so much, all of you, for leaving comments and really supporting me. So that's it for week 20, everyone. Thank you all so much again for joining me every single week, supporting me every week, leaving comments every week. All of it is so encouraging, and I just have this huge team that just keeps growing and growing and growing that's trying to support me, and I really appreciate that. If you have any questions at all, leave them in the comments below. If I don't answer them next week in the video, I'll answer them in the comments below. So ask anything, ask away. I'm here, I'm an open book, and I want to help you all figure out whatever you need to figure out. Thanks for checking out the video, guys. I really, really, truly believe that we're coming through to the end of this adventure and we're just gonna push through it. I think we got maybe like 2 to 6 weeks left before we have some flawless HBB skin. Who knows? Thanks for checking out the video, guys. I will see you next week. Please be happy and be confident and love yourself.